Guys, guys. Oh my goodness. I am so freaking happy right now, bro. I am so happy right now. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy right now, bro. The developers have buffed Bomb. They have buffed Bomb, bro. Oh my goodness, dude. I wanted this so bad. I'm so happy that they buffed Bomb. Because Bomb as a rework felt super lackluster. It just was not as good as the original Bomb. They finally buffed Bomb, bro. Finally. Let's go over the changes they made to Bomb. So they have buffed the V skill damage by 100%. So it's basically on the same level as old Bomb. Amazing job, devs. Oh my goodness. So let's go over that change right now. So they've buffed it by 100%. So let's take a look at that. Oh, it looks bugged though. Yes, that's the amount of damage that I was doing. That's even better than it was doing before. Oh, yes. Perfect. Now it makes sense. Now the amount of damage you take from using it makes sense. Okay, there we go. Man, look at that. Now that makes sense. Perfect, dude. And it's not overpowered either. It's still not really overpowered or anything. It's just, that's exactly how it was before. Before it did like, want to say maybe like close to 10,000 damage, but now it deals like 10,100. Now this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense now. And what about the tap? Yep, they fixed it. Perfect. Beautiful job. Now this is starting to feel like a successor to old Bomb. Now this is starting to feel like a successor to old Bomb. The tap skill, when you tap it, it does a good amount of damage. That makes a lot of sense. Now it makes a bunch of sense. Let's put on Pale Scarf real quick just to take a look. There we go, bro. Oh, let's take off camera. Oh my gosh, dude. When I used that before, it only did like up to 5k damage. Perfect. Now I have a reason to actually use this. This is perfect. Now this is good. This feels like old Bomb. This is perfect. All right, so let's look. Yes. This is what I was expecting. Oh, that's perfect. Great job, devs. The M1's still not that great, but you know what? I'm not complaining about the M1 anymore. I don't really care about the M1 anymore. The V skill buff is goated. That was freaking amazing. And let's take a look at the next buff they made. Landmine's buff explodes in half the time when rising up. Does that mean it explodes more faster? Oh, when it rises up from the ground? Oh, yeah. Okay, it explodes faster now. It explodes faster now when it comes up from the ground. Okay, that's good. It says hitbox explosion buffed by 20%. Are they talking about the tap? I don't know if they're talking about the tap, but the landmines feels a lot better to use. Yes, that feels a lot better to use. The hitbox is still not the best on those, but it actually hits. It doesn't take so long to explode. It feels more possible to actually hit. That's much better. That is much better. That feels like old landmines now. That's doing the same. That's the good old old landmines damage. And it says this got the hitbox on this got buffed. I think it's on this. I think it's on that. I'm getting a little bit more higher damage from that than I would usually get. I'm getting more consistent damage from that. That is much better. More consistent damage from it. That is much better. The M1 is fine. It's still not amazing, but that's completely fine. Targeted bomb, I think, could use maybe like a hitbox buff. I don't know if they buffed the hitbox on that, because let me see. That needs a hitbox buff, but self-destruct is amazing. That's actually really good. Perfect, dude. Perfect. Very high. It's a slow attack that takes a lot of your HP, but it does damage that actually feels worth it. Very good. They definitely buffed that. That's much better. They buffed the hitbox on the tap, and then they decrease how fast the hold version of the landmines explode. Yep, they fixed Bomb. They fixed it. Yeah, they fixed it. It's good now. This is what I expected. This is what I expected from Bomb. I wasn't expecting it to be kit soon, or I was expecting it to just function. That is much better now. Now that's dealing a consistent amount of damage that I can rock with. Very good. Very good. Yes, this is what I was expecting from Bomb. This is good now. Look at that. Boom. That's the amount of damage it did fully charged before. That's perfect. This is what I expected from Bomb. Bomb is fixed now. I have no more complaints about Bomb. See, now Bomb actually serves like a real purpose now. Self-destruct is now crazy, which it should be because of how easy it is to miss. Landmines is now good. Landmines is now very, very good. Yes, very, very good. That's really nice. Way more better damage from that in general. The tap skill, much better on the hitbox now. Really, really good. Now that feels reliable. Now it feels like Bomb is bringing something unique to the table. The V scale brings the highest amount of damage among the common fruits, which makes sense. That's how it already had that title before. There we go. Now this feels like a real reworked Bomb. Now this feels like a rework. It still has a few issues, but I can let it slide now because now Bomb just feels a little bit more complete. It doesn't feel like a total nerf now. Devs, thank you for fixing Bomb. You guys did it in the next week. I'm very, very happy about that. So thank you guys for fixing Bomb.